Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Mindful Monday. How's everybody doing out there? I think we have surpassed the 30 days since we started sheltering in place here in California. And I feel like I'm moving into kind of a different phase where it's like, okay, I don't know how long this is going to last, but the honeymoon phase is kind of over. And I just did a post actually in Discover Your Medicine, a private group that I run, and I entitled it The Struggle is Real, and that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. So my struggle is real, and I honor all of your struggles as well, which is why I wanted to come on here today and just do a little practice where we get to honor all that is, which is actually what we always do in our mindfulness practice. But gosh, situations like this really allow us the opportunity to practice that, which is, why we do mindfulness practices, because it's one thing to sit in a quiet room on a meditation cushion, if you will, whether you practice on a cushion or not. And it's another thing to actually practice this out in life. So this is where we really get to use our tools and to know that the stuff really works, and to know that it's, hi mom, that life is not easy. So yes, so honoring all that is. It's really important because life does have ups and downs and highs and lows, and we don't get to choose whether we just have one or the other. And honestly, without the other, then we wouldn't be able to appreciate the other side of it. So here we are in this life full of everything, the struggles, the challenges, and the exciting parts too. So I also wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of labeling emotions. So I've mentioned the importance of labeling thoughts. It can actually help us to kind of detach ourselves from the thoughts, and the same is true for emotions. And there's actually been research done that shows that when people are able to label their emotions, it helps them to feel better about them. So some researchers say that a pure emotion will only last for 30 to 90 seconds. So if we can ride that wave of that emotion for that 30 to 90 seconds, we will notice that something else comes up. But the problem is that usually that either takes us away from the emotion. So either we have this wall that comes up that says, oh my gosh, this isn't comfortable, and we try and distract ourselves with something else, or we get stuck in the story of that emotion, which takes us back to a time that we felt it before, or worrying about the future. Oh my God, how long is this going to last? If this is like this now, what is it going to be like, 2 years from now, or whatever. So we take ourselves out of that present moment emotional experience and into a story about it or worrying about it. And we don't practice that, just riding that wave. But when we can label our emotions and say, I am feeling frustration right now, then we detach it, just like we detach ourselves from our thoughts, to where we are not that emotion. It is just something that is happening to us in that moment. So it might be a good idea and a fun practice to print out one of those charts because I find this when I work with patients, and I know for myself when I really started digging into my own emotional experience and trying to identify emotions, that we kind of have an emotional vocabulary of maybe like 5 different emotions. I feel sad. I feel angry. I feel good. I feel bad. Usually those are the 2 words that people use to describe. I feel good. I feel bad. But we don't have this way of really identifying all of these different emotions. But there are a lot of really helpful and useful maps or charts that you can print out. And some have smiley faces and other faces, so we can identify them when we look at the faces, and we can say, oh, that person is really feeling shy, or feeling guilty, or feeling inspired, or feeling excited. So, there's a whole range of emotions and lots of different ones to choose from. So that might be something fun that you can do, and actually something that you could engage the whole family in, because, if kids actually learn to identify and label their emotions when they're young, then that can be really helpful. But it can also be really helpful for adults, and something that us as adults are not always used to doing either. So I recommend just kind of checking those out. You can take a screenshot of it and you can have it on your phone. You can print it out. I'm sure you could get one from somewhere online, whatever, anywhere from free to spending whatever you want to put it up on your wall. But it can be really helpful to start to just look at and say, what am I feeling right now? And to know that all emotion is valid, and that the emotional state in its pure state will only last for less than 2 minutes. So if we can ride that wave to just allow that emotion to flow through, another one will pop back up. It might be another one that we're not really comfortable with, but there will be one that will come that will feel really good to us too. So let's practice riding that wave, because that's why I like to come to you guys on Monday, so we can get some practice in, because it's not just enough for me to talk about this to you guys. It's the practice that makes a difference. So wherever you are, feeling your feet on the ground and closing your eyes or letting them low if you're comfortable. Bringing your attention to your breath. I always find it's really nice to let out a nice sigh. So that just signals to our body that it's okay to slow down. That for the next couple of minutes that we're going to kind of take ourselves out of our head and into our present moment experience. So using our definition of mindfulness, which is paying attention in a particular way, so on purpose, in the present moment, without judgment. So that's what we're going to focus on for the next couple of minutes. So choosing to pay attention in the present moment. So finding your breath in this present moment. It's a great anchor to use to bring yourself back whenever you need to. Just following that inhale and that exhale. Another thing that you can bring your attention to in this present moment is any sensations in your body. So some that are helpful can either be your feet where they meet the ground. So focusing on that sensation, what does it feel like where your feet are meeting the ground? Or if your body is in a chair or on a bed or on another surface, bringing your attention to where your body makes contact with that. So both of those things, your breath and then the contact with your body with something else. It might even be just your arms on your legs. Those are things that are happening right now in this present moment. And then seeing if you can bring that non-judgmental focus to them. So with your breath, not trying to fix or change it or make it be any certain way, just allowing it to flow naturally. And with your feet on the ground or your body in the chair, not going off on a story about how hard and uncomfortable your chair is and how you need to change it, but you don't have any money to do that, and yada, yada, yada. Letting that go and just simply noticing, what is that quality of contact like? Is it hard or soft? Is it warm or cool? Without judging any of that as good or bad. And continuing to breathe. And then maybe you might even notice a little bit of an emotion kind of swimming around in your body. It's absolutely fine if there's nothing there right now. It's great if you're feeling kind of neutral in this moment. but you might notice something. And if you do, then getting curious about that. How do you notice it? Where do you notice it? Is it a slight constriction in your throat? Is it a fluttering in your chest? Is it tightness in your stomach? Where do you notice that emotion in your body? And if you find yourself caught up in thoughts, just labeling them as thoughts and allowing them to pass by, bringing yourself back to this present moment with the inhale and exhale of your breath, or your feet on the ground, or coming back to that emotion with the sensation as your guide. So getting curious about it. Where is it? How big is it? What other qualities does it have? And continuing to breathe through all of that. And then just staying here for a few more breaths in and out. Letting go of thoughts anytime you notice that you've gotten kind of carried off by them. Returning yourself back to this present moment. And then opening your eyes whenever you're ready. Great. Thank you guys for staying with me through that. So it often happens, and this happens for me too, that when I kind of let out that exhale and when I bring my attention to my body in the present moment, those emotions that I may have been feeling at another time aren't that present. And so I kind of have this like neutral feeling within my body, which is great, but it doesn't really allow us to be able to practice that riding the wave. So I just want to describe what that might look like while you're going through that wave of emotion. And also to say that this doesn't come naturally to us. So know that you're going to forget to do this. And when you do remember, then it's a blessing and it's a gift and it's something that you can just try out as an experiment. But to know that it's okay if you don't remember. But if you do remember that you are having a really strong emotion, to just see if you can breathe through it for that 30 to 90 seconds and bring those questions, that curiosity to it. Where is it in my body? What sensations am I feeling? Does it feel sharp like a dagger? Does it feel prickly like a cactus? Does it feel throbbing like a big throbbing wave that's going through me? What is that sensation like? And just like a scientist kind of like putting a magnifying glass up to it, that's not judging anything that they're looking at as good or bad or getting caught in the story of whatever it may be, but just simply noticing the aspects of it. And that's how you can practice riding that wave. And then notice when you get to the other end that, it's kind of gone away. That throbbing isn't throbbing me like it was before. That knife isn't pounding me like it was before. And then, as I was saying before, see if you can label it. See if you can distinguish, what is this? Is it sadness? Is it grief? Is it anger? Is it frustration? What is the emotion that's flowing through me in this moment? And let me know how it goes, because I'm learning right along with you guys. But I can tell you one thing, and that is that this mindfulness practice has made this the ability to be able to do this and to ride these emotions even more better. So let me know how it goes. Love to all of you. Thanks for coming to visit with me live today, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your Monday. And I honor everything that you are going through right now. Bye, everybody.